Hello, I'm back early. I want to apologize for not adding a montage for this part or this day of this video. Unfortunately, I did not got any footage. The only thing I did was go to the Fursuit Dance Competition. So I guess this is my way of ending MFF and what is my experience at this convention. MFF itself is good. There, I could see how there's so many hotels around where they offer a really great shuttle service, and I could see it has a great opportunity and a potential to become a big convention. I would say it could be better than AmeriCon themselves. Unfortunately for me personally, it is not that great. My first half of this convention was actually pretty good, I would say. I had a lot of fun and I did a lot of things. Unfortunately though, the second half, it went downhill from there. I didn't have a great time. Matter of fact, I was actually feeling depressed. It all starts with the shuttle issue. And the reason I bring that up is because the hotel that I'm staying in has a huge disadvantage, and which is that the service that MFF offers does not link into this hotel specifically, because this hotel uses their own shuttle rather than using the MFF shuttle to take people from here to the convention. What does that mean? That means this hotel offers their independent shuttle than using the MFS shuttle that they offer. This hotel only has one driver and one shuttle. And you know what that means? That driver not only taking people from here and there to the convention and back here, he's also dealing with people who's going to the airport as well. So he's going back and forward, taking people from the airport to here and then the convention and here, and he's really busy. I totally understand that he's really, really busy with all that. He worked so hard to take people from one destination to another, and I could see how exhausting this could be for him. But the reason why this is an issue is because it takes hours for him to show up. I actually end up waiting for like more than an hour just for him to actually come pick me up. And make things worse, I end up having to take Uber or even take the shuttle that is the closest hotel over there, end up walking from there to here. That is the reason why I changed my clothes, because I actually did that and my clothes got wet from doing that. So as a result, I really struggled trying to get here. And not only that, I was suffering cold stress. Yes, I got prepared with all the clothes and resources I need to prepare for the cold, but I never realized how serious cold stress could be, because I handled the heat much better, even in the suit. Because I dealt with heat before. I've been to AmeriCon. I have my local state is California, and of course it gets hot coming there, so I handle the heat much better, even in suit. But when it comes to cold, I rarely experience this type of weather. Not to mention, I rarely see snow, and this is actually my third time in my whole life. Where I actually see snow. And of course, it's going to be a different experience for me, so I never knew how serious cold stress could be until today or the past weekend. Really put so much stress in my body and my mental health. But the thing about this, it's not just this convention, but I also have issues with this fandom. And the reason I bring this up is because I just feel like an outcast, like I'm just an outsider. I don't really feel like people really want me around and stuff like this, or places like this, or something like that. I think it has to do because of the fandom itself. Don't get me wrong, no one hasn't done anything wrong to me or haven't done anything bad to me. None of that happened. No one was rude. Everyone was kind. And, people were just doing their thing, because at the end of the day, they're just human. But that is the real problem. And because they're humans, That is where the problem comes in. And the reason for that has to do because during my time at this convention, I felt isolated. There's a difference between wanting to be alone and being isolated by the people you want to be surrounded with. When usually I'm the type of person who likes to be alone, and I usually spend my own time, the reason why I like being alone, it has to do because I do my own thing. I do actually feel, comfort in that. I actually recharge my energy. I'm able to do more stuff by myself, and I don't even have to worry about anyone being around me, so I could actually be more of myself than if there's people around. I feel more comfortable being myself when I'm alone than if there's people around. The difference between this loneliness and the loneliness I experienced at the con is when you put yourself in the situation where you are surrounded by the people who have the same interests as you, who is part of the community, and you're there to actually experience this culture only to feel like an outcast at the end. That's a huge difference. Not only that, things just went downhill from there. I just don't feel like I could fit in. It's because no matter how hard I try, I just can't get myself in there. So every time I make these videos, it's put so much stress making this video. Or not just this video, my videos and my channel overall. Editing videos is not a problem. I actually find joy editing videos, like, putting videos together here and there. But it's when it comes to making videos like this, like recording it, that's a huge challenge for me because this requires me to go up to people and actually communicate with them, putting more energy and time than when I'm just by myself. And it puts so much strain to my energy and whenever time I do stuff like this, I just feel like I'm such a burden because I ask people you want to make videos, and all the videos that you guys see here, all the fursuiters that you see in my montage and vlogs, I literally had to go up to them and ask them just so they could be part of my video. And that puts so much stress to me. It may take a little bit of energy when I go up to people asking here and there, but it takes so much energy over time. And then by the time I'm done, there's nothing else I could do. Like literally, there's nothing else I could do at these conventions. Because these conventions is meant to be socializing with other people. And I'm just there in the sideline just doing nothing other than waiting for panels or this and that. And I'm here alone as well. And I don't even see my friends all the time as well. And the sad thing is I just don't feel like I belong here. I'm just either being such a burden to people, or I'm just being annoying, or I'm just being weird or something like that. Or I'm just weird overall. It's hard to make friends. But what's even worse, it's harder to maintain friendship for me. I don't know what am I doing wrong. I try my best to communicate with people. This is not just in the fandom, but in my life in general. From work to other organizations I've been to, just everything. Like all my life in general. Well, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know if I'm just wired differently, or I don't know what am I supposed to do to talk to people? What am I supposed to follow? I don't know the instructions of how to interact with people or how to even maintain relationships. Because every time I make friends here and there, they either just ghost me, walk away, or never talk to me again. And even though I do have people in my life, they just treat me differently. I only have a little bit of people here and there that are actually my true friends or family members I can actually connect to. But in general, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm really trying my best reaching out to people. And that's another thing. I really want to reach out to people, but then when I need someone the most, I don't know who's ever going to reach out to me. Yes, I do have my loved ones that are close to me. I know they're going to reach out to me. This is what I've been experiencing for the past other conventions as well for the past few years. And today was one of those days where I felt the worst. And as a matter of fact, this is the exact feeling I got when I first went to my first furry convention. And that was Golden State FurCon 2024. And what's sad is the fact that this was the moment when I was actually really happy because it was my first time experiencing into the fandom. I was a furry since I was high school. The sad thing about all this is the fact that when I was younger, I used to watch these YouTube videos about furries, and that's how I got myself into the fandom. And I would just hear great stories about people at their conventions, how much they have fun, and I love the suits and all. And that's something I really want to be part of. And the fact that I finally had that opportunity 2 years ago, going to my first furry convention, but when I got there, was so overwhelmed with so many things. I was pushing myself. I was draining my energy a lot. Just the same way how I felt about that day is the same way how I felt today. They're still nice people. It's just, I just didn't feel like I was part of it. The only time I have fun going to these conventions is when I'm traveling. And even a matter of fact, during my travels, I'm usually alone most of the time, and I have fun doing this kind of stuff. I love going to these airports and travel to different locations. I have fun experiencing new places I've never been to. I even love, my favorite part is when I go to these hotels, whether they're good or not. Even I was happy when I got to this hotel, even though it wasn't that great, but I still had fun. But the moment I get to these furry conventions and when they start, that's when I lose that magic. And that's the sad reality, that that's the only time I have fun is when I'm traveling. But when I'm here, I'm just a nobody. So to end my video, I want to give a quick room review before I conclude this vlog. And I would give this hotel a 3.5 stars because the room does look nice. I know this room was renovated. It was bought by new ownership. But there was a lot of signs where there was where things were where you can see a lot of places where it's holes would cover up, and then I see cracks up there in the roof, which I'm not gonna bother looking at it because I do see it up there. I'm just not gonna put the camera up right now. And I did see, and when I first came here, the room was really dirty. I had to clean everything just to make sure that I don't touch anything weird. The staff here were great, but another thing is that the food option is not that much. Even at Holiday Inn, they serve a lot more food, more options to choose from more than here. Because here I end up eating the same thing every day. All they serve is cereal, bagels, and muffins, and that's all they serve here. Whereas Holiday Inn, they serve eggs, bacon, biscuits, cinnamon rolls, and pancakes as well, and all that other stuff. Here it's just only 3 options, and that's pretty much it. Even this hotel is cheap. They offer a lot more than the resorts themselves. That's the reason why I believe these resort fees are so scams, because the fact that how come hotels offer things for free, whereas resorts, they offer things because you have to pay for them? And I found that a string bullshit. I feel like that's something that should come in the rule. Otherwise, it's not even worth it staying there in the first place. Just the biggest little FurCon and the last biggest trip I've been to. So, those are my thoughts of this room. Sorry for the person ending, but for those who made this far, thank you for watching. I really don't know what my next video is going to be, but I guess this was going to conclude for tonight, and I wish you all a great night. Goodbye. is where my journey ends. Even though I didn't have a great time at MFF, but half of it was pretty good, and also the journey back home was a really good experience as well. So thank you for watching, and I see y'all next time. Goodbye.